what is it? The Wolf Among Us, based on the Fable comics by Bill Winningham, is a dark fantasy murder mystery episodic video game title that was released by Telltale Games throughout 2013 and 2014. What's the story? Bigby Wolf is the sheriff of Fabletown, a recluse for all the fairy tale creatures, or fables as they're called, of old, who is thrusted into a murder investigation when the head of another fable, Faith, literally shows up on his doorstep. With the aid of Snow White, the two must track down the culprit and bring them to justice. However, along the way, they unravel an even bigger scandal than the two of them could have possibly imagined, proving that happily ever after may not always be true. Who's in it? Adam Harrington as Bigby Wolf, and Erin Yvette as Snow White. What works? The story instantly grips you, and makes you not only invested in finding out who the murder culprit is, which it does do spectacularly, but perhaps more importantly, it makes you invested in the character of Bigby Wolf himself. The way the other characters interact with him really makes you feel his plight, of a guy who did some shady stuff in his past, but is trying his best to make things right now, but still can't help but lose his temper occasionally. Extra shout out goes to the aforementioned Adam Harrington, who pulls off a stellar performance as Bigby Wolf. The art style is also one of Telltale's best, with the world looking exactly like a graphic novel, but also isn't afraid to make the world look dirty and lived in. This style helps to draw you into the world and really create this uneasy atmosphere at times. The QuickTime events are also very well handled and aren't overused. They come in when they need to, and they don't overstay their welcome. What doesn't work? This is really a nitpick, I know, and I don't want to give anything away for those who either haven't seen our episodes or haven't played it yet themselves, but the ending, in particular the last line of dialogue to the story in episode 5, also tries to do a tease for a season 2, which would be completely fine had we actually gotten one, or one had been planned for at that time. But there wasn't. It's been 5+ years or so, and we still haven't gotten another season. Whether this was done to interest people in the Fables comics themselves, I'm not completely sure, as they don't particularly say continue this story in Fables number 1, or anything like that. I just would have preferred a different kind of ending that wrapped things up definitively with perhaps a much smaller tease as opposed to the big one that we got at the end. Out of 10? 10. This is one of Telltale's best titles, and one that I would instantly recommend to anybody wanting to get into this genre of game. It does a perfect job of drawing you into its world, and the story makes you want to play through the entire thing in one sitting. Add on top of that the phenomenal voice acting and the phenomenal writing, and it's pretty much the complete package. I give The Wolf Among Us my ultimate recommendation.